Rise and grind, folks. Guys, I am on the way to a brand new customer. This is a no AC call. They called in yesterday and said that the AC stopped working. Let's see what's going on. I'll see y'all when I get inside. Alright guys, inside the fan is running, but out here I got nothing. And down there, I believe this is a 90% furnace and straight AC, coil and condenser. There is no history here. Customer said that the unit was running all summer. All of a sudden, a couple days ago, warm air. So what I'm gonna do is let me open up the panel and let me check power. I'll be back. Alright guys, I got 240. It's kind of tight back here, but I got 240 going to my contactor. The contactor's not energized. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we got 24 volts coming from my circuit board inside. If we don't, then we got to go back inside. Alright guys, it's hard to get this with one hand, but look at this. From one leg, and once again this is a straight AC condenser. From one leg to ground I got 24. So what this tells me is that my R to Y circuit is closed inside, but if one of my safeties are open out here, then I won't have power to my common. It's going to be a break in the circuit going to my contactor coil. So the fact that I have power going to the coil and nothing coming back, we got to assume the worst. We think one of our pressure switches out here is open. And I got a feeling if I put my gauges on the system, it's going to be flat on charge. But what do I know, guys? Let me get my gauges. I'll be back. I stand corrected, guys. This does have some charge in it. And let me turn my light on so y'all can see what I'm working with here. Hold on. This is a R410A. This is either a 09 or 010 410A unit. Now guys, the fact that we have refrigerant in this unit, this is a good thing, but we may have to temporarily bypass our high pressure switch in order to close this contactor coil so we can actually see what the pressures are. Alright, tell you what guys, let me do that. I'm pretty sure my high pressure switch is open. And right now guys, this is first thing in the morning. Today is a high of like 98, but right now it's about like 73 degrees. I think they have the window units on inside, but it doesn't look like this unit has been running recently. The top of my unit is cold, it's not burning up. But tell you what guys, let me do what I gotta do here. I'll be right back. We're gonna start this unit up. Alright guys, you see here, I'm just gonna temporarily bypass my switches so I can turn this unit on to get my operating pressures, and then from there we can determine the next course of action. Let me hook this up. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm at about a 350 on the high and about a 130 on the low. And once again, this is R410A. Fan motor is blowing at normal speed and we're above freezing. Look at my hair pressure. And this isn't a brand new unit, and this thing is kind of lopsided. Coils don't look too crazy. Everything in this unit is original as well. Nothing was replaced inside or outside. Then we're already at a 400 PSI. Head pressure, holy shit. That's not good. Guys, tell you what, while I got this thing hooked up and I'm running, let me check my supply. This thing might be overcharged. It's definitely dropping. And I did find this filter clogged up. This is pretty dirty. This is a 1424. Let me check on the head pressure out here. I don't want my compressor to lock up. It's deadlocked. Oh, guys, it's deadlocked. Actually, no, it's going above 400. Guys, what I'm gonna do, I gotta get my suction line thermometer. Worst case, I could evacuate some charge to get this head pressure under 400, because this is definitely concerning. I'll be right back, guys. And guys, mind you, it's less than 80 degrees outside right now. And yesterday, today, and tomorrow it's gonna get into the high 90s. With that being said, 100% this unit was turning off on high head pressure. The fact that my coils are clean, and we got a good split downstairs. I'm going to try to evacuate some of the charge here so I can get my hair pressures down, because look at this, if we're at 410 right now, we got to assume in a couple of hours, once it gets between 12 and 4 p.m., this unit is going to chip off on internal overload. Right now I have my HPS jumped out, and that's another thing, guys. Right now I got this temporarily bypassed. You do not want to permanently jump out your high pressure switch and low pressure switch, otherwise you could damage the compressor. So if you feel yourself bypassing switches, you got to know that it's happening for a reason, and that should be your primary issue. The solution is never jumping out of safety. Understand what the purpose of that safety is. If I know I had to bypass my high pressure switch to test this unit, then my issue is with the head pressure, not with the switch. So you never want to leave this in that condition. But guys, let me do this. Let me evacuate some charge, and I'm going to see how the pressures hold up. I'll be back. All right, guys. I took a skid bit of refrigerant out, not too much. My low side went down like 5 PSI. And my head pressure is stuck at between 405 and 410. Now I'm gonna do something that I know hasn't been done here probably at all. I'm gonna hose the bottom side of this condenser coil down. As you see here, customer got a hose spigot, I got the hose. Let's turn the water on, because I think whatever we can clean off this coil is only going to help my head pressure. I just don't like 400 PSI, especially the fact that I know that this unit already had head pressure problems. Hold on guys, let me move some stuff out the way. I'll be back. Alright guys. I got most of the bottom side of my coil clean, and this customer said that later on he's going to get a brake to level that unit. I did speak to him about how this could cause eventual compressor problems if a condenser or heat pump is not properly leveled. You're going to have oil issues and, most importantly, premature compressor problems. You definitely don't want that, but he's going to get that squared away. Another thing, you see that my hair pressure dropped down to 285. Now guys, this is fool's gold. A wet coil will always result in a lower hair pressure, but guys, once this coil dries up, my hair pressure is going to go up. So always remember, if you guys are hosing down coils due to high hair pressure, your hair pressure is going to go down, but expect it to shoot back up a little bit. Hopefully not past the point of where it was before you hose down the coil, but always remember, hosing down the coil is only going to help you out, especially if you have access. Now, if I didn't have access, then I don't think this would be an option unless I had one of those hose adapters that hooks up to the sink. But always keep a 50-foot hose on your truck, even 100 feet. And when you need it, it's always going to be there for you, especially if you have a hose spigot on the other side of the house. But all right, guys, let me turn this water off. Yeah, I actually thought this unit was flat on charge. I'm quite perplexed. Most of the time, whenever you have this scenario, it's always flat on charge, but I'm glad that this unit does have a high pressure switch. Otherwise, this compressor would have been finito. As you see here, see my hair pressure is going back up. Let me let this coil dry off. And also, this customer wants to get maintenance done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush and we're going to clean off the debris and all the webbing from inside near the cabinet. And also, I got to get a 14x24 filter. Let me do that all while we wait for this coil to dry off, and we're going to see what the difference is. All right, guys, I'll be back. All right, guys. Got my new filter in. I'm gonna turn this off so I don't kill my battery. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. You don't have any doors and windows open down there, up there, do you?
Upstairs or in the basement?
Well, upstairs. You don't have any, because I got the AC running right now.
No, we don't have anything open.
All right, cool. Yeah, you can close the door. I'm testing right now. I have the AC unit running. I should be done probably within the next 20 minutes. I'm just doing the maintenance, but I just replaced the filter down here, and I gotta finish cleaning the unit. But I should be done here in like 20 minutes.
Oh, so the AC running?
Yeah, right. It's been running for like the past 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just make sure all the doors and windows are closed up there. All right, guys. I forgot to tell them to close the doors and windows. That could put a delay on how long this thing takes to cool. And holy crap, guys, look at that. I gotta clean my screen here. Hold on, guys. This is raw and uncut. We make edits and we change things on the fly. Look at this. Low side went down to what's that, 130, 120, 130, which is still above freezing. We still got a 45-degree coil. Once again, this is R410A. And I got 325, 330 on the hot side. Cool, and my coil is dry. All right, guys, tell you what, let me hook my high pressure switch back in. And I gotta put the covers back on here. All right, guys, let me clean up. I'll be right back. All right, guys, there you have it. We got the maintenance done, and we put this customer on a schedule for mid-October, early November to come out and do the heat maintenance on the furnace. And there you have it, guys. No AC. Unit off on high head pressure. We temporarily bypass the head pressure control, threw our gauges on, and our head pressure was like 420. Actually, it was getting ready to climb up to 500. We killed power. We replaced the filter. Essentially did a maintenance, replaced the filter. We evacuated a couple of ounces of refrigerant. We hosed down the coil. Most importantly, we allowed the coil to dry, and our head pressure stabilized at 325, guys. Almost 420 PSI down to 325. That's a huge difference. So, I mean, I didn't know this coil was, I didn't know hosing this coil down was going to make that big of a difference. But yeah, guys, you heard me say this a bunch of times. Anytime there's an accessible hose spigot and you got a hose on the truck, whatever you can do to hose down that coil, and most importantly, take your time, especially if you have an older condenser coil. If the coils look flaky, I would probably abstain from hosing that coil down, but most conventional condenser coils hit it with water, all four sides. And guys, remember, if you do have the access, whatever area that you can hit with hosing this coil down is going to result in this unit working way better than how it would have been versus if you never would have hosed it down to begin with. Because guys, typically what you can see is always going to accumulate and then cause a bigger issue down the line. So the fact that the customer said no one came out here for the maintenance and they cut grass, so pollen and debris, you name it, could build up on that coil. But once he puts the brake here, guys, this customer is going to rock this unit out until the cows come home. But there you have it. I got to call this customer, let him know we're good to go, and I got to lock up. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.